Dreamers, for the last 8 months, I've been running the wheel strategy every single week, and I'm going to show you guys my results in today's video. Now, if you don't know what the wheel strategy is, it blows dividends out of the water. All those dividends chasers. Yes, even I chase dividend. I mean, even I invest inside dividend paying companies because I like getting that easy passive income. But you know, if you could just learn how to look at the market just a little bit, it blows dividends out of the water, and you can make so much money, so much more money than dividends from using this simple strategy called the wheel strategy. If you're buying calls and buying puts, that's pretty much gambling, guys. It is. Because if you don't have time to look at your computer screen every hour of the day, every second of the day, missing trades, getting in and out of these plays, then you won't be a successful day trader, swing trader, anything like that. But when you're looking inside of using the wheel strategy, it frees up your time. This strategy is perfect for doctors, lawyers, teachers, CDL drivers, plumbers, mechanics, anybody that do not have time to look at the market every single day or every second of the day. This strategy is perfect for you. So let me show you guys exactly what the wheel strategy is. So far for me, just using the wheel strategy, I am up $2,731 this year alone for the last 8 months, January, February, March. My best month was January. I went kind of crazy in January. July was pretty good, $4,000 in July. August, $2,359. So we've been having some good months inside of the pay. That's for me running the wheel strategy. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that in this video. I'm going to give you guys some tips, some tricks, some of it. But if you want everything in detail, go to my second page that is fully dedicated to the wheel strategy right here. That is the Dream Green Conversations. I only talk about the wheel strategy over there. I love the strategy so much that I made a second page. So if you guys want to see those videos, make sure that you go to the Dream Green Conversations. Now, the wheel strategy, the first step is that you want to only run the wheel strategy on a stock that you do not mind, only long term. So don't run the wheel strategy on some stock that you're going to be pissed off that you're buying shares of. You only want to run the real strategy on ETFs or stocks that you do not mind owning. So the step one, after you pick your stock, would be to sell a cash secure put. Selling a cash secure put, say, hey, I'm going to agree to buy stock A. Let's say stock A is at $50. I agree to buy stock A at $45. If it pulls back, I agree to buy stock A at $45, and you're going to pay me a premium for me saying I agree to buy stock A at $45. If stock A stays at $50 or trade up to $60 or pulls back to $40, $46, I'm not going to get assigned those shares, and I get to keep the premium that you pay me. But if it pulls back to 45, I still get to keep the premium that you pay me. And I bought 100 shares of stock A at $45 that I agreed upon. If it falls a little bit below, let's say 43, 42, then I'm still buying it at $45, but I still get to keep the premium. That is the thing right there, is that we get to keep the premium on a stock that we already wanted to own. So the second step is, if the stock don't pull back to 45, you just keep selling cash secure puts every week after week after week, collecting premium until it finally pulls back to a price that you are comfortable buying it. And then if it do pull back to the price, then you will be assigned those 100 shares. And that's the second step of the real strategy, is that you're going to get assigned those shares. Don't be afraid of getting assigned, because this is on a stock that you already want to own. Now we're going to go to the third step. That is sell cover calls. So once we agreed to buy 100 shares of stock A at $45, now we can start to sell cover calls, saying, hey, now I want to sell my shares of stock A at $55. And guess what? They're going to pay me a premium to sell my shares at a price that I already agreed upon. So if it goes back up to 50, I get to keep my premium. If it goes back up to 52, I still get to keep my premium and continue to sell cover calls the following week. Then once it reached $55 or whatever price I agreed upon, I still get to keep my premium. I made my money from buying it at 45 and selling it at 55. And on top of that, the premium already kept. So that's $1,000 difference right there. And then we're going to go to step 4. So once you sell your shares back away at $55, we're going to repeat the cycle, and we're going to sell cash secure puts again back at $50 or $45 or whatever price that we're comfortable selling that. And I've been doing that for the last 8 months, and you guys already see my total, $2,731. Guys, if you do want to learn the wheel strategy right now inside the Dream Team, there's only 3 spots remaining because we hold Zoom calls every single Sunday, and I like to keep my classes real small. And you have access to all my real strategy courses in there: cover calls, cash secure puts, put credit spreads, the poor man cover calls, leap options. If you don't know what none of that is, then you might need to consider joining the Dream Team and be a part of the Zoom calls. And you'll also be a part of the Lucid Dreamer role. to where I have 7 pro day traders in there that post their option trades every single day. So if you guys do want to be a part of a great community of investors and traders, and I know that you want to see results like this too, right? So just go ahead and check out the Patreon. That link is going to be down in the pinned comment section and also in the description. So if you guys do want to join the Patreon, check it out that way. So now let me show you guys some tips and some tricks. The video can only be so long, but I'm going to give you guys some great information right here. So guys, let's look at Tesla right quick because I made a lot of money on Tesla. So here's Tesla. So far this year, I made $9,000 something on Tesla. If we look at NVDL, $1,844, QQQ, $3,000, and so on and so on. So I'm gonna use Tesla as an example. All right, here we are on Tesla. Right now it's at $333. If we hit trade options, right now I'm recording this on the weekend. So we're going to go out September 5th, which is exactly 1 week away from where I'm recording this video. So this is 1 week out. By the time you're watching this video, it might be a little bit different, guys. So the first thing that you want to do is yours will start off on buy a put. But we're going to be selling. When we switch to selling, that means we're running the cover calls and we're agreeing on buying shares or agreeing on selling shares. So the first step is selling cash secure puts. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys some really good tips and tricks in this video. So make sure you pull out your pen and paper so you don't miss out. And you guys could create some passive income on your own, just like this. So we're going to go to Tesla and we want to look for stocks that have a pretty decent IV. Anything over 50 is implied volatility. That's pretty good for me. So let's go all the way down to the 320 and it has a 0.2 delta. That means we have around an 80% chance of winning this trade if we was to do the 320. But if we was to look at the 325, let's look at the delta on that one. That's a 0.3 delta or 0.29. Let's just say 0.3. That's a 0.3 delta. That means we have around a 70% of chance of winning this trade. So it's already mathematically calculated in on our opportunities of winning this trade. But I'm going to show you guys some tips in this video to change it from around an 80% win rate to around a 95% win rate just from using some tips and tricks in this video. So here we are. This is a 0.2 delta. If you guys just want to play it safe, usually a 0.3 delta is good. But if you want to go down to 0.2 to make it a little bit less risky, you could do that as well. So this is me agreeing that I want to buy 100 shares of Tesla at $320. Right now Tesla is at $333 and I will get paid $224 in premium immediately when I enter this trade. So that is the premium that I would keep if I was to enter this option. And you guys can see that my break-even price would be $317 because we did get the premium of $200 from Tesla from in this trade. So my break-even would be $317. Even if we do get a sign at 320, my break-even is at 317. So if Tesla do not pull back to 320 by September 5th, I get to keep my premium, keep my collateral, and do it again the following week at a 0.2 delta or a 0.3 delta. And if it pulls back to 320, then I go to the second step of the wheel strategy that I'm going to talk about in future videos, selling cover calls, and that's where we make majority of the money. Now let me show you guys a couple of tips and tricks when it comes to running the wheel strategy on Tesla. So here we are on Tesla. This is the 1 hour chart. If you want to do weekly cash secure puts, then you want to look at the 1 hour chart. If you want to do monthly cash secure puts, that means you're going out not 1 week but 4 weeks, then you want to look at the 4 hour chart. That is crucial. The time frame is crucial, guys. You don't want to just enter on any random time frame. All right, so the one I just showed you guys was the 1 hour chart because we went out 1 week. And we also want to use the 200 EMA. So we use the 200 EMA as a support and resistance lines. That's where we kind of pick our strike price. We have picked the 320, which is below the support line, so it's not bad. Down here at 320, in fact, I would actually pick this low right here at 314. So I would probably pick the 315 just to play it super safe because there's a little support line right here. If it pulls back to here and I get assigned those shares, it'll probably bounce around the 300, 310, 315, and I can start to sell cover calls. Now, the second thing I like to do is look at the Bollinger Band. Now, when looking at the Bollinger Band, price loves to trade within this Bollinger Band. When it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band or pops out the bottom, it goes all the way back up to the top. And when it's at the top of the Bollinger Band, it likes to be attracted back to the middle or back down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. And right now, it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band on Tesla. Now, not everybody's settings are the same on the Bollinger Bands. All you got to do is go to TradingView.com, type in Bollinger Bands, and input it. Yours might start off on the 20 on the link right here, and then it'll be a little bit more jagged. You'll get a lot more fake outs, but I like to change mine to 30 because it's going to take, other than the last 20 bars, now it's going to take the last 30 bars, average that out, make this blue line, and the plus and minus standard deviation is the red and green lines. And right now it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. It's at the 200 EMA support line. So I probably would not mind selling cash secure puts on Tesla. And then the last point that I look at is the RSI indicator. If it's oversold down here on the RSI indicator, that means price usually thinks that the market is oversold or undervalued, and price kind of tends to pull back up. So we got a 3-point system right here on the 200 EMA, the Bollinger Band, and the RSI is all looking good. I would probably sell a cash secure puts way out of the money on Tesla to generate some income every single week. And as you guys can see, I've been doing that. Now, I usually look for to make around 5% every single month from any trade. So if the trade will make me 1.25% in a week, that means it'll make me around 5% in a month. So I look for 5% monthly trades. Now let me show you guys why. Because on average, if I could get out to around 5% every single month, that would add up to be a lot of money if I keep compounding it over the next 10 years. So as you guys can see, I got $2,031 so far this year in premium divided by 8 months. So I've been making around $3,378 average per month, right? And I started off with around like $50,000. So that's getting me around the 5% month that I've been looking for the last 8 months. Now let me show you guys what I can make in the future. So if I started off with $50,000, you guys, I show you guys inside of one of the other videos. Now, so I'll start off with $50,000. I know it's a lot of money, but I show my members smaller, cheaper stocks that you could do with just $1,000, that you could still cash secure puts with just $1,000 to get started, maybe $1,200, $1,500. Just to get started and learn how to do the wheel strategies for when you do get more capital, you could start compounding that on. In fact, I show you guys all of that over on my other channel on the Dream Green Conversations, where I talk about the wheel strategy. So if you are looking for something cheaper than Tesla, I can show you how to run the wheel strategy on Tesla at a fraction of the price using TSLL, but it's a leveraged stock. I'll talk about that in my other videos. But here we go. Let's say I did start off with $50,000 and I want to bring in 5% a month, and we're going to do this for the next 60 months or 5 years. So just for the next 5 years, I'm going to take $50,000 and I'm going to look for cash secure puts or running the wheel strategy, because I have been assigned and I start to sell cover calls and I make money that way. But I'm looking for 5% a month, and then I'm going to reinvest all of that and hit calculate now. So if I continue to do this for the next 5 years, I'll be close to almost $1 million portfolio in just 5 years. So let's see where I'm at right now. Right now, I average $3,378. If we come over here, I am 3,700. So right now I'm right on par. So I make $3,300. So I'm right around the 7-month, 8-month mark when it comes to running the wheel strategy. So I am on pace with my 5% months. Some months is going to be really, really good. Some months is not going to be the best in premium, but I'm on pace. So I'm 8 months in and I'm almost right on pace with the 8 months marker for 5% a month. Now let's continue to scroll out. At the end of the year, I should be bringing in $4,275 every single month. That is enough to quit my job. That is enough to quit my job. Not enough to get me rich, but enough to quit my job. All right, let's continue to go. By the end of year 2, I'll be bringing in $7,678 a month. So that's $7,678 a month times 12. In 2 years, I could create myself a $92K income if I was just to stop reinvesting and just continue to make 5% every single month, selling cash secure puts or running the wheel strategy or taking that money in premium and investing inside the stock market, anything like that. If in 2 years I could give myself a $92K income, and if I do it for the next 3 years, it will take me 30 months to hit my first 10K month. That's over 120K. And if we continue to scroll down, by the year time we hit year 5, we'll be bringing in $44,000 a month, which is insane. But I am on track to continue to hit that 5-month mark. Now with my premiums, I do reinvest it back a lot into buying more cash secure puts, but I also take those premium and invest it inside of good quality companies, good ETL. So I don't just take the money, all my money, and throw it right back inside of option trading. That would be done. The money that I'm profiting from option trading, running the wheel strategy, half of that goes back inside the wheel strategy. The other half goes into investing and buying good quality companies, to where eventually I'm just selling cover calls on hundreds of shares that I own from these companies. Now, you do need 100 shares to get to start to sell cover calls. But guys, it took me 3.5 years of buying AMD when I first started to invest, when AMD was like at $16-18. Yeah, around $16-18. It took me 3.5 years of buying AMD because all I could invest was like $80 a month. Yeah, I could invest like $80 a month inside of the stock market, and most of that was going towards AMD. So don't be worried about where other people are in their investing journey. Where I started my investing journey might be where you're starting right now. It took me 3.5 years just to get 100 shares of AMD when AMD was at like, I want to see if I can show you guys, because a lot of people, you know, they need this money. Let's see. Okay, so I bought a share of AMD when AMD was at $30 in August 1st. 2019. So on August 1st, 2019, I bought one full share of AMD for $30 in 2019. And it took me 2.5 years to buy 100 shares in order for me to really learn the stock market, start to sell cover calls, cash secure puts, and generate income that way. So don't be worried about where other people at right now. Everybody investing journey is different. I started off where you started off before, and there's other people right now that's way ahead of me that's making, as you guys can see, those real numbers in this video. But don't worry about any of that. I'm going to continue to update you guys every single month on how much I'm making from the wheel strategy. If you want to learn the wheel strategy, make sure that you join the Patreon, the dream team. Join the dream team. You'll get access to all of my courses in there. You'll join all of my live Zoom calls every single Sunday. So if you do want to join the dream team, make sure that you click the Patreon link down in the pinned comment section down in the description. But let me know down in the comment section, are you a day trader, swing trader, or are you interested in learning the wheel strategy? If you are interested in learning the wheel strategy, comment down below. Scary money don't make no money. And I know you guys made it to the end of this video if you did click that. So if you did make it to the end of this video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that, like, there's a new YouTube button. I think it's share or promote or something like that. Hit that button, help out one of your favorite content creators. Even, it don't even have to be me, just help them out. But other than that, guys, I'm Zeke, bringing you the Drink Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.
This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. All investments are by risk. Do your own research. This is not licensed financial advisor. Any third party considered falls under the fair use commentary and analysis. Please consult with a licensed financial advisor or professional in your area before making investment decisions.